All right. Hello and welcome to Drunken Dragon Gaming, where the drinks are cold, the meals are warm, and the games are on fire. Tonight, I know we got a little bit of a late start. Had a bunch of stuff going on this evening. Had to get some things set up. My little boy's excited because the stuff for camp for Cub Scouts. The registration actually reopened. Apparently, they prematurely closed the registration, and so now we're registered for camp for the weekend of the 2nd through the 4th. So that weekend we will not be having any streams because I'll be out camping with my boy. Oh, that's right. This thing doesn't capture the game. I gotta do this. All right, let me click there. And let me click here. There we go. This is going to disappear again for a second because I got to go unmute myself on Discord. And this thing likes to minimize every time I click out of it. So let me go and mute myself. Hey, Q. Hey, Ashes. Dreadnought. Good to see you. Yeah, Ash, Q, I knew about the new DLC for Planet Crafter. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of excited about it. I've actually, as sad as it is, growing up in the South and everything, but it's kind of because of how I was raised and the stuff that my dad did and whatnot. I've actually never been camping, so this is going to be an experience. And apparently, middle of May is going to be kind of our final Cub Scout meeting, and we're going to have something called a rain gutter regala. I have no idea what it is, but apparently it's something with water and ships that the boys are supposed to make.
Huh. I've never heard of anything like that, but I mean, I'm not surprised.
So, but yeah, I was actually thinking about it, and since it is my Discord and everything, I think probably either today or tomorrow I'm going to take a couple of the pictures and the videos from the Pinewood Derby, and I'm going to post them up in the general chat just so you guys can see an excited little boy. Those of you that want to. So tonight we got a lot of stuff to try working on with not a lot of time. So we're going to be streaming probably for about, my guess is probably about 3 hours, thereabouts. Maybe a hair longer. But beyond that, we'll get done what we can tonight. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to move over to this area here and start doing some building. And that way we can have some of our other stuff set up for us and running. And then once we got that done, then we're going to come over here. This is where the phosphorus is, and and also where we'll get the ruby. The thing that we're going to do, though, is we are going to run a rail line. So Pi is currently in the middle of getting our steel set up because we're going to need a whole warehouse worth of steel to be able to run this one rail line to go from here to there. And it's going to be a train that just keeps going around and around, dropping off phosphorus so that we can build stuff over here. Now, all right, so that means you got your graphite going for that. Graphite, though, we can put more than one drill on.
Yep.
So where'd you find the graphite at?
It's up.
If you put the map and you right-click on it, it'll put your little marker piece on it, and I'll be able to see.
Yep, I just marked it.
I got you. Oh, okay, up there. Oh, that's going to be tight.
Yep.
That's going to require. Yeah, I did this last time too, I think. Yep, high temperatures. What am I missing? Oh, we need to get a treehouse that's loading into a warehouse too.
I thought we already had one at this point, but maybe not.
I'll double check. I could just be missing something. Oh, yeah, no, I gotta go create that so we can have this. Well, I appreciate that, Dreadnought. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My son was he was torn on the camping thing because apparently one of his other friends is having a birthday party that weekend as well. And says, I want to go to the birthday party. He says, you don't want to go to camp? We're going to do all this stuff? No, I don't want to go to camp. And then his older sister, she's done her sisterly deed of the day. And told him about all the fun stuff that she does in camp with the Girl Scouts and has convinced him that he wants to go to camp. Is that graphite up there? That looks like graphite. Oh, that's basalt. Alright, graphite rocks. Can I fit a drill on here?
You can be.
Let's see if it'll let me put a second drill on here. It will. Nice. Alright. Hey, I'm gonna die while I'm up here, but...
Yeah, I had to slap down a house to live in for a second.
We got a house up here that we can live in for a second? Awesome.
Oh,
Oh.
I had to set one up.
Nope, I got one that I stuck over here.
There you go.
Oof. Yep, no, we don't have any organics going in the warehouse yet. Oh, that's funny. There's two little houses over here, and they're facing each other.
We have been industrious, but not observant.
Right? And when I say they're facing each other, the only thing separating them is the belt of gold ingots.
Oh.
So yeah, that's rather funny. Alright, well then, we are going to come way over here. How's this look over here? This looks good. Alright, let's put down a warehouse. Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna die. I got nothing to refill my health with. Yep. Okay. Yes, I know, it's high temperatures. And I'm gonna keep dying over and over and over again until I go get that thing fixed. What's in here? Anything? I don't know, it looks like I cleared this place out. Okay. Alright, let's head back down to the main base. I'm gonna give myself some food so that I stop dying so much. Then we're gonna set up all the carbon refiners that we need. Yes, I know my health is critical. Can we make it back in here in time? There, that'll take care of our health. Once I'm done with what I'm making up there, we'll be able to finally make our cooling module, and you'll be able to work up there without the constant, you're on fire.
And that'll be lovely.
Alright. Yep, so we'll be making that over there, we'll be making that over there. So those three things will be making over there. We might even do the hydraulic pistons over there. Probably do the antennas over there, which means we'll do the sensor arrays over there. You've already got plated connectors being made, I think, and gold wiring. So.
Oh, they should be.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna need an open field to put down So many tree greenhouses. Come on. Let me out. Yeah, unfortunately, the downside is that one of the things that sold my son was something my daughter got to do at her Girl Scout camp because they made rockets, and that's something that he's really excited about. And I'm thinking, I haven't got the itinerary yet. I don't know if that's actually something that's being done. So I'm really hoping that we didn't wind up with a premature promise to this young boy, because then that could be disastrous. One, two. Oh, I'm out of rotors. Crap. And just taking non-stop damage. Oh, there's nothing in this house. Okay. Put down an assembly bench in here. I'll make a bunch of rotors. That way we can get the rest of these put down. Then we got to run water up there. Probably have to put in some more water pumps.
I'll get on that right now. I just finished the steel.
Okay, because I don't know how tight we are on the water network.
I think we're like 170 extra. But
oh, yeah, no, and I think, if I remember correctly, each of the carbon refiners uses 100.
Something like that. So yeah, I can slap that a few more.
And I'm putting in 4 carbon refiners, so we'll need at least 400 extra water.
Well, that is doable. That is doable if I had any rotors left.
Yeah, that's why I just sat down and made another 50 rotors in my pocket.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, now, that's got that there. So now, I'm going to put down a splitter like this. And then, I'm going to put down a splitter like this one. That one facing there. That one facing there. Alright, now. Oh. Oh great, now I'm low on oxygen. He just doesn't want to let me survive. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's
The map has been a little bit balancing on that.
just stop that down there. That way we don't have to keep running back and forth. And, oh, you know what? I can stand here, and we'll just use the drone to build the rest of this. Alright, so, yeah, carbon refiner. Let's take a look. Oh! I was wrong on the water. 200 per, so I need 800 water.
Well, that is still doable, I think. The only reason I say I think is because of the amount of seashore that we have that is, purified is starting to shrink a little bit.
Yeah, well, and the thing is that I'm really thinking that, yeah, as much as I really want to get this graphite stuff taken care of, what I'm thinking is going to be better for us is going to be if, because you've got the steel going now.
Yep.
So what I'm thinking is I need to go fly over to the hottest region of the planet, go ahead and put in a research base down there, which is a reinforced compartment with 5 data center units. And what that's going to do, that's going to unlock the version 2 of the water purifier, which purifies a much larger area. Also gets it up to 100% for us instead of the 75%. And it gets to the V2 water pump, which each one of the V2 water pumps pumps out 600. Hey, Casper.
Oh, very nice.
So you can kind of understand me thinking, with the amount of water we're needing over here, you might just want to hold off on building those water pumps, and I'll focus on getting us set up with that. Because that'll use up a lot less space. Oh, but... Oh, shoot. No, I gotta do a thing. I need at least 200 water.
You've got that already, so you're good to go, whatever your plan is.
Alright. Well, that way I can take one of these and go ahead and tell it to make the advanced filters. The advanced filters will get us the last component that we needed to be able to make our cooling units, so that we have them in our suit. And, well, you stop taking damage up here, first off. Which I know that in itself is nice. Okay, where's this pipe going? I don't know what that pipe's going to. In that case, we're just going to do this.
Okay, you have 1,000 liters.
Oh, alright. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and hook the whole thing up. It's gonna be a little messy, but how you doing, Casper? Good to see you, buddy. Been a little while. I know our schedules don't always match up with each other. Let's put one of these here. Put one of these somewhere around here, I guess. And put one like here. Oh, I don't have time for a little oxygen. Try and get work done here. Hey, Kongwheel. What you streaming tonight, Kongwheel? Doing some more Planet Crafter? Yeah, sadly last night I did not make it to getting my dock built in Valheim. It was a plan, but just didn't get around to it. I was so exhausted. Come on. I want you to plug up here. There we go. Alright, that's got water. That was already hooked up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. So then we're going to set this to making carbon fiber. We're going to set this to making graphite rods. And then we're going to set this to the carbon nanotube. I think we got everything else set. So last thing we need to do is run belts up to the warehouse. After we go get oxygen. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of doing the 7 days a week, Casper. I have considered setting myself up a DDG's taking a break tonight. But then, because of the way I've got my schedule set up and everything, it means that I have to cut one of the games out of my rotation, which that's a hard choice because I'm enjoying everything that I'm playing right now. Hey, heck, I was even trying to figure out a place to put RuneScape in, but hard to do because I mean I'd really like to have at least one other person playing with me. And you know, everybody's time zones and everything, it all just doesn't quite match up. Oh, that was a hole. Let me out. Alright, and this goes up here. So we can put another hole in the ground. Alright. That's got everything set. So now we just gotta connect the drill up. And then we're gonna go hang out in here for a minute. Pull out our little drone. Take a look, see how this is playing out. Wow, look at that. They're shooting out rods like crazy. Yeah, this is good. This is doing all the graphite. Nice that we can hook up more than one drill on that graphite.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm not sure how that'll work once we get to the tier 2 drill, which is part of the reason I'm wanting to go get over that other area that I was talking about building in. But since I'll be over there, oh, I won't be able to build a tier 2 drill. Crap. Alright, well, we'll get the reinforced compartment going, but I won't be able to get the ruby because the ruby requires a tier 2 drill. You can't put a tier 1 drill on a ruby node.
Gotcha. Well, I do have the components for a tier 3 drill on me, but I have no idea where the ruby is. I gotta find that.
Ruby, you won't be able to find. Ruby is... Oh, look at that. You've already made it over the area that I was planning on being in. Ruby's not there. Ruby is here. It's on the hottest island.
Yeah, I need a fit for that.
Where,
We can make osmium drills, though.
yeah. But since you're over there, you can see what I was talking about. That tons of resources right in that little thin.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even a peninsula. It's a almost want to call it a land bridge. You know, between the
Yeah.
two big island areas. And yeah, there's just scads of resources right there. But it also makes it tough because, yay, we got lots of resources, lots of sulfur, the gold. I mean, it's one of those spots that you can go, oh, I can build all kinds of stuff over here. But I usually use that spot because it just kind of makes sense because you got the two osmiums over there. I think it's two osmiums. Might just be one. Might just be one. Well, no, it'll unlock in just a minute when I get the reinforced compartment going. Let me see if there's anything else that we need for the reinforced compartment. No, we're good there. Okay, so then... Oh, heck. This is going to be super easy. Well, in that case... Well, now that I know that's being made, the only thing I want to do is go down to the main base, make a cooling unit. Oh. We still need copper sheets going into a warehouse.
I can start on that.
And I think that spot's got, what, 2 or 3 copper nodes?
I think 3, maybe 4.
So, yeah, we could use one of those to... Well, I mean, 'cause one copper node, geez, you could make it where you can have with one copper node, you can make it where you have an entire warehouse with nothing but copper sheets. We don't need that many. We don't need that many copper sheets. I'm just saying that it's possible, not that it's needed. All right, let's go here because now I can at least make this. So let me get 2 of these. Alright, what's the material analyzer want next? Phosphorus. Okay, perfect. I'll grab that while I'm over there as well. And I'll try to grab enough ruby to analyze the ruby. Alright, throw in the 2 cooling modules. So I'm not going to have an O2 tank, but I've got extra batteries to help out there. And I got cooling modules, so that takes care of that. I've got food boxes. Alright, I should be good over there for just a little bit. At least long enough to be able to grab a few things. Alright, chat. Everybody away with pie as we fly over him. Let's see if I can buzz the tower.
Let's see if I can make the drone do a wave.
Look at that. I did a little slalom through his build. Alright, now, gotta make sure we don't build on top of a node or any of the special stuff that we want. Okay, here we go. We're gonna build right here. Alright, reinforced compartment. Make sure the door's turned. Where's the door? Oh, that's not a good place for the door, but okay, well, fine. Can I build an extra door? I can. Oh, yay, and it gives a little step ladder out of it. You gotta jump to get in, but hey, this will work. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's number 5. There we go, done. That gives us the water pumps. But more importantly, it gives us the water purifier. What does the water purifier want? Advanced filters, catalytic converters, composite beams, and antennas. Okay, we can make the catalytic converters, composite beams, and the antennas in our advanced section. Can I make... Let's right-click this boy right here. No, we do not have osmium ingots going into the warehouse. Okay. I can make the beams. Just can't make the osmium drills.
Gotcha. I'll get on that as soon as I'm done doing my squirrel task.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, honestly, if you just grab some osmium ingots and temporarily toss them into a warehouse, that'd be perfect. When you're done working on what you're working on. Because right now I'm handcrafting composite beams, so. I can't craft at the bench and run my drone at the same time. And I get it, and I like it, the fact that I can't leave the bench while I'm crafting these materials. But at the same time, I've gotten so accustomed to some of these other games where you can just say, all right, I need to make this much stuff. And it goes, okay. And you walk away, and it just keeps on making stuff. You know?
Yeah.
But yet in Satisfactory, when you're first making stuff, you got to stand there at the crafting bench and sit there and hammer, 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 hammer. Tink, 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 tink. All right, let's drop this on here. Oh, there's actually coal just laying on the ground out here. Not graphite. It just says coal.
Huh.
And it's not like a node. It's the little nuggets. How many is that? 16. I'm still shy. Okay. Oh, that's right. I need drills. No, I don't. I can just do this for now. Usually that's reserved for water, but we'll do this way. So I can bring this stuff back home and we can start making things. Oh, I don't have a jetpack yet. You get used to having certain things, you know?
Oh yeah. Yep. I keep holding space every time I jump.
Hey, you're going, oh, wait, no, that's not going to work yet. Man. I've seriously got to make myself some O2 tanks. I'm not even going to make it back to the house. Come on, can we get to the ship? Woo! I made it to the ship. We're not flying anywhere. I just had another ship so that I could get my energy and my oxygen back up. So I wanted to double check something. I'm fairly certain I have to have I have to have the V2 advanced miner to be able to harvest the ruby. Okay. But I'm picking up the loose ruby off the ground. So when I come back, I can throw it in the material analyzer.
And there was a cave over here near the gold deposits that had ruby in it as well, if you don't have enough.
Oh, no, it's all over the ground out here.
Gotcha.
Well, it was. It's not anymore. Because I grabbed it all. That drill should be done running. Give me a stack. Oh, I didn't need that much phosphorus, but okay. We'll take it with us. Oh, and I think we're good on our T2 warehouses now.
I believe so. I think we're up to 50.
Yep. Oh, look at that. He even did the power pole thing I talked about. Nice.
I figured if I was walking over here, I might as well do it.
Yeah. That's awesome. There we go. Perfect parking job. Alright, material analyzer. Yep. Definitely have what I need right now for that. Quantum processors. Gem cutter. That's what I was looking for. Jetpack. Ship engines. We can make you your ship. The cargo spaceship. While not as fast as the big spaceship, at least it's still a spaceship for you.
Yep.
Alright, there we go. Advanced assembler. Advanced miner B3. We haven't even made a B2 yet. Warming units. Okay. And I'm sure the next thing the planet analyzer wants me to do is go build in the coldest region. Yep. Go establish in the coldest region. And then that'll unlock the ruby deposits showing up on the stuff, but it'll also unlock the climate regulator. So I think what I might need to do for now was, what was it I needed the catalytic converters for?
The
I don't
Tier
remember.
2 purifier.
Was it the Tier 2 purifier?
Yep.
Yes. There we go. All right. Then I will make a bunch of catalytic converters. So I'll just go through the phosphorus that I have in my pocket and just convert it all to catalytic converters. See, I don't know if you caught what I was saying at the beginning of the chat, though, Pi, but, earlier this week, I think it may have even been the stream on Monday night. I was a little frustrated, upset with Cub Scouts because, they had only just announced the Cub Scout camp, and then that Cub Scout meeting that Monday night, just a week later. So didn't give us any time to really think about things. We were told that registration had been closed. That supposedly the spots had just filled up in a hurry. Apparently that was not true. Apparently they, for some reason, the registration got prematurely closed. And so registration got reopened today, and our Cub Scout leader emailed all of us and letting us know about it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, in that case, I went ahead and registered. That way we were ready to do camp. So the weekend of the 2nd through the 4th of May, I will be unavailable for streaming. I'll be doing Cub Scout stuff. Whatever,
that should be fine.
whatever it is that entails. I'm not sure what that entails. So,
and we just need osmium ingots going as well, right?
Oh yeah, osmium ingots going in. Well, osmium ingots going in would make it where I could handcraft gear assemblies and drills. But
I can run a line of that real quick.
That'll let me handcraft it while you set up things to actually get the whole assembly going, to actually have drills and the gear assemblies actually going into a warehouse.
Well, the drills are just being added now, but they're going to take a while to complete, of course.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, and I will have, over on the really hot island, that's where I'll actually be doing the ceramics, because there's quartz right over there. So I'll be running the quartz to turn into silica and turning it into ceramics. The ceramics is going to get split between the warehouse and another machine. And then ruby ore is going to get ran into, double check, make sure we don't need it for anything else. Pretty certain I don't need it for anything else. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, good. Oh no, AI chips need ruby ore. Alright, so I'll just run ruby ore into the... you know what? I think we might wind up with 2 trains. Oh no, it doesn't have to be 2 trains. There's 1 train with 2 cars. 1 car for phosphorus, 1 car for ruby, and we have it delivered over there where you're building right now, so that then we can get AI chips and the catalytic converters going, because I know there's graphite over there where you're at.
Yeah, there definitely should be. I've been finding it all over the ground.
Fast rotors, what do they want? Graphite rods, gear assemblies, and gold wiring. Oh. If there's graphite over there, I think we're going to be planning a lot of different things to be made in that area. We may want to go ahead and get the fast rotors being built over there.
I should have gear assemblies and drills going now.
Oh, very nice. Do we have composite beams going yet?
I'm working on that next.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that one's a bit more a pain in the butt compared to the other two.
Yeah, I need a refinery and a...
Yeah. All right, let me... Oh. No, can't use my drone there because the spaceship's in the way. Give me some quartz. Thank you. Alright. Because I am tired of dealing with this. I'm going to make 2 standard O2 tanks. That way we can make the high capacity O2 tank. Alright. Now we are going to add that over here. Alright. Now I've got good oxygen, good energy, I'm good on health. Okay. Now it's so frustrating. I've got the antennas, we got the catalytic converters. Alright. Oh. What do I need to make that? Fast rotors? Oh, ceramic components. Yeah, you can't make ceramic components by hand. Okay. I'll hold off on my jetpack until I get the ceramic going. I was going to go ahead and get a jetpack going.
Oh,
You know.
depend the desire.
Well, because we keep on trying to run around as if we have jetpacks, so... Alright, now, having done that, what I should see, this should actually get itself up to 100 now. As long as that thing's getting power. Oh, I wonder. I have never tried this before. This is going to be an experiment. No, water's too deep. Okay. I was going to see if I could put a solar panel out in the middle of the lake.
Oh, yeah, I kind of tried that myself a little bit. But yeah, it does kind of tell you, nope.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I made it happen.
Uh-oh.
I just had to get close enough down to the water. I've got some very interesting windmills. Because they're under the water.
Well, tidal power, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah. But that should ensure that that thing's got power. Because I did build it a little farther out. I can't... See, it doesn't tell me how pure the water is, but I see that it's only doing 7.4 liters a second, so... this usually is limited by how pure the water is. Alright, well, let's go do this. You said you had drills going in?
Yes, drills are already in. I am working on the refinery, or the alloy forge, for the composite beams, or whatever they are. But after that, all three should be going in.
Yep, so the only thing we're waiting on is the composite beams. But yeah, I see we got 26 drills currently in the warehouse.
Yeah, it's going to be a little slow to start up because it's got to do its thing.
But that means I can throw a geothermal plant down over by that hot region. And that'll guarantee power. But since I've got the rest of the parts in my pocket, I'm going to fly over by you for a second.
Oh, this needs 300. Ooh, boy.
It's 300 water.
Yeah, 300 water.
Yep. Alright, give me a second. I'm almost to you.
No worries. I can do it. It's just I didn't actually realize this, but I thought it was 2.
Well, I've got all the parts in my pocket to put down the V2 water purifier.
Good, because I just doubled up on the 2 basic ones to kind of get it forced.
Yeah, those actually don't stack weirdly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I tried that a while back, going, well, okay, if it's only doing up to 75, let me put another one in there and see if that takes care of it. Oh.
Yeah, composite beam, gear assembly, and osmium drills are all going in.
And then stick that there. Your geothermal plant will be nice and cool. I just put down the geothermal because its little diameter for power is much larger than any of the other power items other than the nuclear.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that I can make sure that that V2 refiner I put out there is actually refining. But this way, the geothermal's not in the way. You can actually... Oh, wow. I really sucked that thing in the water. You got plenty of room to put down water pumps in front of this. Wow. I've never done that before. Didn't know I could do that.
I do like it out there. It's just kind of, steaming away out in the water.
Yeah. Well, and it's producing 925 megawatts, so it's actually pulling, because I came from the upper end of this, so it's pulling from that hotter region. If I'd gone further south with it, it'd only be producing 650. So... That's actually kind of cool that I could build that there. Okay, then we gotta figure out where the train station is gonna go. Alright, so over here, because I noticed. Oh no, that wasn't you standing there. That was me standing there. I thought that was you.
I'm in a little house over here.
Oh, I see. So there's a spot where I usually ran the warehouses at, but I'm gonna ask not to run warehouses over there, so that I've got a place to run the rail line in at,
Gotcha.
and not interfere with your build. So basically, I'll have a spot where ruby and phosphorus will get delivered over here for you. So just kind of imagine those as being a drill.
Yeah, gotcha.
But over here past the sulfur and everything, get over here in this warmer area, kind of like right here where you got this little mesa looking thing that it's got for a mountain. I'm thinking right here is where I'm going to try to bring the rail line in at.
Oh, all right, yeah.
That way I've got myself completely out of the way of all your resources, and you can take good delivery and everything. In the meantime, I'm going to come over here. And put down, make sure I have enough parts for everything. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, 75% pure. Can't get close enough to it. I just want you to tell me the purity. Come on. Ooh, the drone works underwater.
Oh, that's interesting.
Huh. Now, for a moment, it told me what the water purity was. It says 75% pure, which is normal with the purifiers you put down. The purifier I put down should get you up to 100% purity, but it's also going to do it in a much wider area. All right, I'm going to get myself out of the way of your build.
Oh, no worries. This is kind of an immediate
Oh yeah.
throw together. Yeah.
Oh, take a look if in your little house. Go ahead and throw down a assembly bench and see what you need for ship engines.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
Well, because you need them for the jetpack, but you also need them for getting the cargo spaceship so that you can have your own ship.
2 fast rotors and 5 ceramic components.
Okay, so ceramic components.
Yeah, steel alloy we got plenty of.
All right, I'm going over to the back over to the hot island, and because I want to do ceramic components there, because I need them.
Make fast rotors, so.
Perfect. So, all right, I'm grabbing a quick smoke, and then I'll go over to the hot island. I'll go over to the caldera and get the ceramic components going for you. Plus, I'll go ahead and get the thermal regulators and stuff going too. But there's a few things I can get going over there now that we've got the osmium drills. And besides, it gives a little bit of time for those osmium drills to build up, because I have to have one to be able to drill the ruby. I mean, would I love to go back through some of our areas and upgrade some of those drills to the tier 2 drill? Absolutely. Is it necessary? Probably not. Well, we got a couple of areas that I think could use the V2 drill. I mean, especially like your iron and stuff. I was going to say, especially where you're doing the steel. Because you're going to want the V2.
Tier 2 drill.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. That was actually my original intention when I set up this for smelters and whatever. I wanted to have that as a tier 2 drill.
Okay. Oh, wow. So that took you a little bit of doing to get all that built by hand.
Yep. It wasn't too bad because I've been kind of working towards it slowly over time.
Right. So, I normally don't talk about work on stream. But I thought you and maybe the rest of the chat might appreciate this and enjoy this. But so I have a process that I created and put in place many years ago. And the process that I created actually cut down on our ticket volume for hardware-related items by about 60%. Now that's a not insignificant number.
Yes, very much so.
Well, now apparently I've got two different groups that are at odds with each other because it has me very confused because there's one person that's actually in both of these groups. One group's going, we don't like your process. You're making too many things. And I'm going, okay, do you have a different idea? They're going, no, we need you to come up with a different idea. I'm going, well, that's not going to happen because I came up with the first idea.
Yeah.
And the first idea works. And since the first idea works, I don't see a reason that I need to change my stuff. Well, today they sent me a message which, completely contradicted what they were saying. Going, so we realize what you're doing in North America is working. What I need you to do is just make the business proposition and show the benefits that this is creating and what this is doing. And that way, and what we're going to do is we're going to take everything you're doing in North America and we're going to expand it globally. So I'm like, wait, you said you didn't like what I was doing, and now you're saying you want to take what I'm doing and have it spread globally. I'm a little confused. You need to choose a lane. Tell me which lane we're in.
Yeah,
that's corporate business
that
for you.
Seems to be the thing, doesn't it?
And then I'm sitting here going, okay, so if I provide this, how much hell am I going to catch? What am I looking at as repercussions? Because are they wanting to throw an aha moment at me, or are they actually really wanting this? Am I getting set up for a trap, or is it actually them wanting to know and understand how this process works? Because I've been in this corporate industry long enough that I've played this song and dance long enough that I've learned to be untrusting
Yeah.
And of course, there's always that one guy going, "Oh yeah, you can trust me. You can trust me. Yeah, I'm on your side." And later on, you're looking at him going, "Oh, you are so full of shit." All right, so temporarily, what I'll do is we're going to use this little tiny phosphate rock. We're going to toss a tiny drill on it because we don't need a big drill for this. And then we're going to run a belt from this to the middle of this warehouse. Okay. Alright, you're going to have phosphorus going into the warehouse.
Alright.
Just raw phosphorus. But what that'll do is that will enable you to at least manually be able to make catalytic converters, which is what you have to be able to make that V2 water purifier. So at the very least, you'll be able to make them manually. All right, where'd that quartz deposit go? It's right there. I made O2 tanks. Stop telling me I'm low on oxygen. Well, at least that lasted a lot longer this time. So, all right. So we're gonna have to build this direction. I don't think I need a V2 on that. Oh, I need to make some hydraulic pistons. All right. Put that there. Need to put a forge. Actually, let's split this. Let's split this 3 ways. Let's put out 3 forges. Which is weird, but alright. Alright. 1, 2, 3. I built that one a little close. Alright, that's fine. Who's texting me? Oh, okay. My wife. Let me know they're on the way home. Alright, now that is going to make silica. Now silica gets turned into... Where's our ceramic components at? Here. These are made... Oh shit, they're made in a refiner. Go figure. Alright, let's get the spaceship out of the way. How am I going to do this? Well, first things first. I got to purify some water. Get as far out as we can. Oh, wait. Is that how I can look at that? Alright, let me look at it temporarily. So that area is 14% pure. Well, all I can do is hope it's got power. I need a moment so I can get water over here, and then I'll have ceramic components being made for you.
No worries.
'Cause I need time for that purifier to do its job and purify. Why are you sitting on my pizza box? This is not a home for you. Are you just doing the... Well, I know he's going to be coming over here because I know there's food in here. And, okay, now I'll be right back. I need to go check on the littles as well. Hey, buddy. You want to sleep? Okay. Well, it's about time to go to bed, buddy. Okay. Where's Melody? You what? What? You don't know? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm back. See, now here's another person messaging me on Discord. Asked me if I want to come play a game. And I'm sitting here going, on Discord, you can see next to my name, it says Streaming Eden Crafters. Alright, leave the drone running there. I'm going to grab a smoke while we wait for the purifier to get at least a little something going. Oh, I need to check and see what it takes to make the upgraded water pump.
That is fast rotors, composite beams, and cement.
Okay. And you're working on composite beams, fast rotors we can make by hand. So, okay. So I was kind of thinking over at our main base where the water network keeps running we keep running it right on the edge. If we put down, maybe replace a couple of those level 1 water pumps with the level 2 water pumps.
Yep.
Yeah, and you see the size of the map, so you can already see that when it comes time to make the whole planet green, there are areas on this map that are deep inland that's going to be one hell of a pipe to run.
Oh, definitely.
Get off the dresser. What are you doing? This cat's just determined to get in trouble tonight. I do enjoy this game for being a nice, chill, relaxed game, and it's one of those that I really feel like I need to actually have this thing scheduled more for like the middle of the week type stuff. When I've got that stressful section of the week from work to come home and work on this.
Yeah. Quite the relaxed game, which is even sometimes in cozy games, it's not quite so just like, just doing things.
Yeah. Well, see, we're not even really... There are a few areas where I have to focus on the math necessary to produce things here. And really the only thing you really have to focus on the math for producing, and it's the one thing that's probably the biggest pain in the butt to make, and that's rubber and rubber belts.
Yeah.
Because you got to take 10 tree houses worth, running them into 2 part producers, making rubber, and then run those 2 part producers into 1 part producer, making rubber belts. Alright, so let's right click on this. Oh. Do I have those in my pocket, or... Oh, okay, I see you've already got those going in. Nice. Awesome. Let's make a handful of these. They take a little while to make, but it'll be nice to have just a handful of fast rotors in my pocket. And like I said, over there where you're at, you've also got everything you need to be able to make fast rotors.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of deciding on how you want to lay stuff out so that you don't encroach on other resources, because they got all the resources really tight together over there.
Yes, they do.
So in some ways you kind of decide on, all right, what resources am I using over here and which ones am I going to ignore? Because none of those are like the sapphire deposit. Oh yeah, I haven't told you about that on this map. The large sapphire deposit. Notice how I phrased that. I didn't give it a plural.
Yeah.
There's one on the entire map.
That's going to be fun and a half to find.
Luckily, I know where it's at, usually. Because they do... The maps aren't entirely static. There are things that do move around a little bit, but they're generally in the same area. But they're generally in the same vicinity, I should say. And it's down in the coldest region of the planet. Alright, so that's going to have that. That's going to have composite. It's going to have those. It's going to have the ruby. Which means I can split the ruby. Again, actually I don't have to do that because I got 2 ruby deposits right there. So I take 1 ruby and just run it directly into a gem cutter. Raw ruby. Okay. Alright. I was working on a plan for how I was going to get stuff laid out here.
Yeah, because you need the ruby for the AI chip.
Right. And AI chips, looks like you've got everything else that you need for AI chips over there where you're at. I don't have that over here.
Right.
Although I do want to... Thank you for reminding me, even though you didn't know that you reminded me. There we go. There we go. Now you can see stuff over here where I'm working.
Ah, right.
Yeah, look at all the quartz that's over here. I'm working specifically with the quartz and ruby deposits here on the coastline. There's more that we'll build over here later. But for now, I'm just wanting to get these. Alright, now... Is it a part producer that makes those? No, it's a refiner. Alright. Now what I want to know is how much silica does this thing need? Alright, 4 silica per item. Let's get these things in place so that I stop having to deal with this. The warehouse. Alright, and then we'll work on the rail line in a minute. Okay. This produces... I have no idea how much silica per second it's producing. Because this stuff, I believe, is per second, not per minute.
That's a good thing. I never actually paid attention to
Nope,
that.
no, it's per minute. So 60 per minute. So that needs 4 silica each. This is making 60 per minute. Alright, let's do this way. Let's run a merger to this. Might be a little excessive. I'm not certain. Man, no matter how I lay out this merger, it's not going to be great. This thing's going to want a little more silica than it knows what to do with. Now I can get my math. Silica, 60 per minute. Oh. And silica is 1 quartz. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's destroy all this. This is way too much. This is all unnecessary. Oh. Low oxygen is not good timing for me right now. Yeah, I know. I'm pooping everything out on the ground now. Just give me a second, game. I'm trying to... Oh, crap. Nope, I died. That's wrong. 1 basic drill goes to 1 basic forge. So there's no need. Split this thing up. Give me that. What can I drop on the ground? Thank you. That. Drop that on the ground. Hey, Ashes. Oof. Yeah, this is going to be slow. Think we're going to have to change things up here. First, we're going to make a trash bin so I can get rid of all this junk in my pocket. Because I don't need all this stuff. Alright. Do the rest of the inventory like that. Alright, let's make a whole bunch of hydraulic pistons. We'll pick a different area to make the hydraulic pistons pie.
Alright.
Just because it requires iron and rubber belts. And it's the whole rubber belt thing that's like, okay, yeah, we're going to pick a spot where there's iron and not much of anything else. So we got plenty of room to put down the little tree houses and work with it from there. We need them for making the... What was I making? Man, I haven't had hardly anything to drink tonight. Already losing my brain. Alright, yep, advanced miner. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that belt. Come on, get attached to that. Thank you. Right, how's that going to do on our miner? 180 per minute. There we go. Now 180 per minute. Now we destroy this. We're going to destroy that belt. Pick up that junk. Go throw it all away. Now I'll hang on to those. Alright, now go ahead and remove this belt entirely. No, try to remove this belt. Alright, so now we can do 3 forges easily. Throw a splitter down. Like this. Hopefully that's in a good spot. It doesn't give me the line up to tell me whether or not the belt's going to connect or not. Alright. That one's happy. So that goes there. That goes there. And this, we're going to have to manhandle a little bit. just so we can keep it a bit tighter. Otherwise, it would go really, really wide with that belt, with the way that it automates it. Alright, now get our merger in place. Basically the way that we had it earlier, but this time it actually works. We're going to give this a little bit of a curvature. Alright, that's got that thing. Yeah, that's got that running now the way it needs to be. Alright, so that's ceramic components. So I need a splitter for this. Just one side's gonna go straight to the warehouse. Okay. Do we have what we need for this? We do. Alright. Run back to the base, get some oxygen. Ceramic components are heading in the warehouse.
Awesome.
So that's got you what you need to be able to make your engines and stuff, I think.
Yep.
We're actually going to use this one here for our manufacturing over here. I'm going to use that one for loading the train. So we need a gem cutter. Oh, I need to make saw blades. That's right. Oh, yeah.
I can use saw blades over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got the osmium over there. And the only thing that I've seen that I can remember that actually needed the saw blades was making the gem cutters. But it's nice having it in the warehouse that way you can just drop down the gem cutters wherever you need them.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, see how clear that water looks now?
Oh yeah, looks really nice.
You know, when the water is at 100% pure, it definitely has a difference. And what I like is that when I run the rail line, it looks like I can actually build like platform and stuff off of it, so I can actually extend the power network across the down the rail line. And so when we got that, there's a little patch of water that's not been completely purified between our two spots. and we can throw down another purifier over there, and then it makes it all nice and clear. Well, see, I'm thinking about this for when people are going to move into the planet and everything, and who wants to see yellow smoke coming off the top of the water?
You not like you're a fan of smoke on the water.
And it's probably stinky smoke too, because it's sulfur. Why does it smell like somebody's been farting? Okay. Now, that's going to be a gem cutter. So gem cutter, because I got to split the ceramic components. Because I think those have to go into an assembling machine to make what I need. So let's plan the spot for the assembling machine. Let's put it somewhere. Put it somewhere inconvenient. There we go. Yep, that'll make the thermal regulators. Alright. So that means we'll take this belt right there. That's going to go here. Okay, no, I don't like how that's turning. Yeah, that's much better. I can't. I need my drone to have better range.
Yeah.
Hey, I get it. I really do. But still. Awesome. Alright. Well, then we're going to come over here. We're going to bring this thing up to here. So we're going to put the gem cutter here. We're going to put the splitter here. Okay. So that's going to get us the laser emitter. And the other one, oh, I'm going to run out of space. Yeah, I want you to cut through here. And you are going to go there. And that. Oh, okay, I see. It's going to go there. Which means then this goes here. And then the very last portion of this split that will go here. Alright, that's everything I can shove in that warehouse. going to run from this drill. I'm going to bring it to this splitter. That's a lot of stuff from Ruby to be making off of one drill, but gonna have to, that way I can use the other drill to ship Ruby across. Oh no, Ruby and phosphorus, right? That's what I'm shipping over to you?
Yeah, gonna need both.
Alright, let's see. Train stations! Let's see what we gotta do for this.
We definitely have the steel.
Okay. Can you look into reinforced frames?
I can. Let me get to a place where I can actually see how to craft.
I think it's going to require an advanced assembler.
If they need osmium, I'm going to...
I don't think they need... I'm not sure they need osmium. Double checking now. No, iron beams and carbon fiber.
I can do that easily.
So that's yeah, I mean, we can make the reinforced frames in our pockets. The problem is I need to build 4 train stations, 2 for this side and 2 for that side. And each train station requires 100 reinforced frames.
Yep.
So if I sit here and tell it I want to craft 400 reinforced frames by hand, we're going to be standing here for a while. A very long while. Hey, John, how are you doing tonight? Alright, that's got that going. That's got that going. That's got all those going. Why is this not doing anything? Oh, because it's just waiting on Ruby. Okay, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just making sure I've got all the things going in here. Okay, we do. Alright, we got thermal regulators. I've got Ruby ore going in there so that you can manually make AI chips if you need to. Yeah, I try to do the raw resources to the warehouse as well a lot of times, just so that in a pinch, if you're going, man, I only need 5.
Yep.
That way you can go over to the bench and just go, all right, I'm just going to make 5. Yeah, it's a little overkill on the water over here right now. Because I'm producing 600 liters a second, and I need 100.
Well, you're prepared for the future.
Oh, I'm sure I'll need more over here, but... Well, maybe not. This area, I typically don't do a lot within this specific spot. This is... What we got going here, the only thing that I didn't normally do over here, which I don't know why I never did this before, because this makes so much more sense. Probably because it made sense, that's why. I didn't do the, what's it called? The ceramic components.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, that would have made too much sense. That would have just been a little too logical to, you know, take the stuff that's together and actually put it together. Alright, so, but that means I can make this thing. Oh, yes, we can make those. Alright, how many of those do I need for that? I need 6. Oh, and I can just make this now just the way it is. That's perfect. Alright. Well, then make me 2 of these. Ship engines. Okay, 1. 2. And AI chip. Oh, yay. Alright, let's pull these standard batteries out of my bag. Put that there. Stick a warming unit there. We'll move the other one when we get over to where we need to go. Alright. Oh, yay! Jetpack! Woo!
Nice.
So much better having a jetpack. Alright, now, did we get the upgraded battery yet? No, we haven't got the upgraded battery yet. I don't need...
That requires uranium.
The upgraded battery needs uranium? Okay.
I think so.
I'll build you your spaceship, but that wouldn't do you any good if I built it over here.
No worries. I'm working on our current light of frame.
Okay. Yeah, so like the microscope is something that we never actually have to make. There's a couple of things we never actually have to make to actually finish off everything. The microscope itself is used for the biolab, and the biolab, the only thing that it gives us is the ability to choose what trees we want to plant. I've just never found a point in having it. Whereas it's cool, and yeah, you could use it to kind of decorate a bit more, but really that's all it is decoration. And I figured taking this barren rock and making it all green with trees and everything, that's decoration enough as it is.
I would hope so.
Alright, I'm grabbing a smoke real quick, chat. So yeah, you like the Space Engineers song that I sent you, huh?
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Did you hear that it mentioned you?
Yes.
And then after I'd done all of it, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And then I realized it doesn't have me anywhere in there.
I did kind of notice that, yeah, you were absent.
Yeah, it talked about you, and it talked about Tundra, or more specifically, Whitestone Industries. You know, Whitestone Industries, commander of over-engineered nonsense.
Yep.
And apparently you traverse time.
I do something, that's for sure.
Now, I almost decided to take tonight's stream, and since I've got the subscription, I wouldn't get in trouble for it. And I almost decided to take tonight and go, all right, we're going to play with Suno.com to create music for the openings for all of our different streams, for all of our different games.
I mean,
and then
was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, and I was going to try to make it interactive and have chat throw in their ideas for lyrical ideas or adjustments to make the lyrics and stuff. So I'd be showing off my screen as to how I'm designing everything. Because the way I did that, I took my hyped stream announcement for Space Engineers and says, all right, now I need you to take that and turn it into a song for Suno.com. Give me lyrics and give me a song style, and then I started, talking about dusting the cobwebs off when I was playing with this the other night with Tundra and Bit Viper. I got back into my actual musical background, and it's like, okay, I want it with this style, but I wanted it at this many beats per minute. So, all of a sudden I'm telling them, no, that's too fast. Bring it down. Cut those beats per minute in half. It's too many beats per minute. Can't understand the song. So I started really tinkering around with that thing. And, man, the stuff that you can tell it to do, you can get pretty in-depth with it. All right, now, that's got that going. Is there anything else over here? Oh, I was making train stations. That's right. We're doing train stations before we left here. So I'll have to wait until, that's going to take a while. Because I need 400 reinforced frames. But what I can do in the meantime, I can come over here and I can throw down the rail support. Make sure it's pointing the direction I want it to go. Alright. Take that up just a little bit. And then what I'll do is I tell it I want a double track railway on this. But we're going to have to use our spaceship and go back and forth between the islands for a second. Alright, got the rail support right there. We're going to place it on the other side of this rock, I think. Actually, no, I think the rail support goes good right here. Alright, so we're going to put rail support right here. There we go. I just blew through a whole lot of steel alloy. That was about 1,000 steel alloy that I just blew through.
Not quite half. You're getting close.
But, might not have train stations yet, but I do have a rail line now going from one island to the other.
Yeah, this gave me kind of slow on the frames. I might need to go back and rework what's going where real quick.
Oh yeah, no worries. Those reinforced frames have always been a pain in the butt for me. And until they brought in the trains, I didn't need a lot of them. And now it's like train station, 100 reinforced frames. Oh my goodness. Okay, gonna need to change some things up. But this way I can throw down 2 train stations, make sure they're set for outputs for you over here. And it may be that I just need to go hop into a house for a second and craft. I mean, I know you're making them.
Yeah, it might be a little bit faster to do it in my pocket for this exact second.
I mean,
I'm going to go back over and rework.
And the downside is that, you know, it just gives me an excuse to go have a cigarette. Because, you know, I start building those, and I need 400 of them, so I'm going to go here. Oh, it won't let me go past 100. I can only make 100 at a time. All right, chat, it's going to take a hot minute. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did start a little later tonight. And part of the reason I started later tonight is because I was having a hard time deciding what game to play tonight. I think it's Thursday, so normally it's tabletop night. But we did tonight's tabletop night last week. And then, you know, and then my wife let me know she had some stuff going on, which meant that I had to go pick up the kids from gymnastics, because apparently my son wants to join gymnastics now, too. Granted, I also know the whole reason he wants to join gymnastics is because that's what his sister's doing. And, you know, he really looks up to his older sister, to his middle sister, I should say. The eldest, you know, I feel bad for her, because she's kind of stuck in the same spot I was growing up. Because the kids, they're not that far apart in years. But I think that what we've encountered here, I think we're encountering a generational gap. Because for me, you know, well, it all depends on which thing you read, but, you know, whatever 1977 is, that's the generation I'm part of. Whereas my brothers, who were just born 80, 81, fall into a different generation than me. And that little gap, that little, you would never imagine it, but that little 3-year gap, 4-year gap. Oh, man. That gap was just absolutely massive between me and my brothers growing up, because they were only a year apart from each other. But I was you know, several grades ahead of them, you know. And so I was always way ahead of them. And so my oldest, you know, she's way ahead of her brother and sister. You know, she's in middle school. She's getting ready to... Oh, that's terrifying. I mean, next year's her last year of middle school. And I'm just going, and then my wife decided to throw at me today going, oh yeah, there's only 21 days of school left. What? Okay. This stuff's moving by a little fast. So, but she's so far ahead of her younger sister and younger brother that there's that disjunction between them, because there's no way that the little elementary school kid is going to be interested in anything that the middle school, soon to be high school kid's interested in, you know. So it's hard to have a connection. And I had the same problem with my brothers. And they had the same, you know, I look at the two youngest ones, and they had the same bond going on that my two youngest brothers had. And growing up, I was always jealous of their bond because I just felt like a stranger to them. Because I just was not at an age that they could relate to. And because I was growing up, I couldn't relate to them because I was already past where they were at. So I couldn't relate to them because I was still learning, I was still growing, you know. So it made it a little tough growing up. And now I'm watching that with my kids, and I'm going, oh man, I don't know how we managed to do it. I don't know why we managed to do it, but I got the same problem with my kids that I had with my younger brothers. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she came out of a family of like 7 kids. So, and they're spread out, don't get me wrong. But she has a bond with her sisters that I have never had with my brothers. Matter of fact, my brothers got to the point that they actually hated me for a while, because my dad was a little rough on his upbringing. Let's just say that. And you know, he's definitely a school of hard knocks type of guy. But I mean, I grew up into a fine young man. Well, I'm not young anymore, but at the same time, you know, it's the whole concept. You know, the thing that happened though was that my dad and I, our personalities were far too similar. You know, he was a Taurus, I was an Aries. And we butted heads like no other. And you know, that made it a little tough growing up. But eventually what wound up happening is my dad and I wound up with a pretty rough argument. Nothing physical, just verbal. And no cuss words or anything like that. Just a rough argument. And my mother apparently had enough. And she came and she looked at me and she went, okay, one of you has to go. And I can't kick him out. And I was very much like, okay, message received. And within the next 2 weeks, I had my own apartment, and my dad was so excited about me moving out and everything because I was I was becoming independent. The downside though was that with my dad, he was always the one that when you'd go out and wash the car, okay, and he expected perfection. And you go out and wash the car, and he'd walk around the car after you wash the car. And if he found a single spot that you missed, you had to rewash the entire car. Not just clean that one spot you missed. No, you had to redo the entire car. Well, growing up, because I knew how rough my dad was, um, I was the buffer between my dad and my brothers. My brothers didn't have to deal with certain aspects of my dad. And when I moved out, well, I wasn't there anymore. So that moved on to the next brother, who very quickly went, screw this shit, and joined the military. Which left the youngest to deal with how my dad was, and it just, like I said, I'm not complaining about my dad. I think my dad was a wonderful man. I mean, he taught us a lot of lessons, both positive and negative. But then I look at my kids, and I see that gap that we wound up creating because we did the whole. Because of the way finances were, because of the way the world was, and because of how expensive things were, it was always the whole thing going, are we ready for another kid? We were barely ready for the first one. But we waited so freaking long to have the first one because it was always the whole concept going, we'll have kids once we have these things in place. We'll have kids once we have this ready. We'll have kids once we have all this. And then eventually it dawned on me, you're never ready to have kids. All you can do is decide to have them and then do your best to raise them. Oh, you got an area fertilizer here that you didn't hook up.
Yep, because I figured we weren't ready